Okay.
now.
There's something going. What's missing here?
Yeah, there's something wrong, isn't there?
Sean, you look
It's-
different.
Ah! Wait a minute.
Hair.
How did he
Hair.
sneak in
Let's
here?
see.
Wow.
I was
Sneaky-
walking down the road and,
Mhm.
well, I don't know. He just kind of like fell in. I just like, and
Sneaky,
there I was,
sneaky,
you know.
sneaky
Well,
leprechauns.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You know,
welcome
us short
to
people can do that.
Off Track. Tonight we have Leprechaun. He just kind of fell into the room. We don't know where Sean is just yet. We tried to call him. I wish he could show up on time. It's like he's starting to think that he's Dylan Lyles.
I know. He can't show up on time, and he didn't even make it for show prep.
Right.
Well,
He
no,
might have.
I'm gonna-
Odd, right?
He never
Show
shows
prep?
up for show prep.
Show prep on Off Track.
I'm gonna try
I
to
thought
call
that
him.
was a misnomer,
That-
wasn't it?
Is it
Yeah,
that
I'm-
obvious?
Yeah, try and call him
Never.
again.
Yeah, I'm going to try to call him again and see. Let's see if I can. 6, 5, 2, 3,
He may have been abducted.
6. This is a weird. This is a really weird number. 7. Okay, here we go. All right, come on, Sean. Where the heck are you?
Sean.
I mean, can y'all hear it rain in here? It is freaking pouring.
Pretty blue skies here.
Holy crap!
It's nice in
earlier
Wisconsin.
today. The rain I think you're getting is what we had earlier today. It headed south. Hey,
Is he?
check the chat room.
Forwarded to an automated voice
Ah, crap. Eh.
Well, I guess we're going to have to do this without him. He's not coming today. We had joked last night about sending him on assignment. We were going to send him to the Chaz, the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, and he was going to do some field work and get us prepped and ready before Peyton Smith joins us in the second hour to talk about the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, otherwise known as Antifa-stan.
Antifa-stan.
Antifa-stan. Sean got distracted being a capitalist, and just outside of the front gates of Chaz, he set up a booth and started selling butt plugs to the communists.
So you do know where he's at
without the grease.
Well, I know where he was. He was supposed to still be back for this.
then?
they had Wi-Fi there,
Yeah.
so that
yeah.
he should have been able to do a live, remote show. Then
Right. He would have been stealing Wi-Fi just like the communists, but
the rest of them,
right. Yeah.
Well, that's what we're hoping for. That I thought was the plan, and now we can't find him.
Right.
So
I just got an emergency alert on my phone, though.
you did
no.
for storms?
No.
Silver alert, silver alert, silver alert. The artist formerly known as Whiskey Six is missing. If you or any of your friends have seen him, please tweet his location to the Off Track crew using hashtag derailed.
Yes, please. If anybody knows where he might be, or if you've seen him, please tweet at us at hashtag derail. We're very worried.
Even if give us some ideas, maybe where to look. Yeah,
Right.
that's,
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
give us some
if he was
ideas.
at Chaz with butt plugs and didn't have any grease to go with the commies, there's no telling what could have happened to him.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Oh my good Lord. What
was
did the
Right.
commies do to him?
Now wait, I'm
Up there.
confused. why are they calling it the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone if it's in Seattle?
Well-
Capitol Hill is in D.C.
Well, yeah, but in
yeah.
Seattle, that's the district they're in is considered Capitol Hill. That's
Yeah.
where all the elites, the
Whatever.
ritzy people, the movers and shakers, if you will. is
Like
my
we used to say, the
understanding.
Mojo Studios were in Fort Worth, but they weren't really Fort Worth.
No, they were by the beautiful Mojo River.
By the
which
river,
is in
exactly.
another little town that I can't remember. Capitol Hill is like that. It's not really Fort Worth. It's not really Seattle. It's just
It's just a piece thereof.
right. Small town inside of a big
Well,
town.
no, I'm in a small town. Yeah,
True.
I could. Yeah, I think there's maybe 2,500 people here, maybe, and that's when there's a parade.
Right. Same here. I live
Very,
in a
very
small
small.
town, Kewanee, 2,500 people, and that's when we do count the cows and the chickens
And the
Yeah.
dogs.
and the dogs.
So, talking about your small town up there, Lep, we got to try to get the word out. Of course, nobody's listening.
Ooh, September. Yeah, I know it.
September.
20.
I'm
Hang
20
on, I got to lean. 25th and 26th, according to the 2020 calendar, should be the weekend.
Yeah.
I sent a note to Greg, the main organizer of the fest. That's the Tie-Dye Fest in Adams, Tennessee at Red River Canoe, September 25th and 26th. Multiple bands, buku stages, vendors. One of the vendors, the Naked Pig, they have their own farm, raise their own cattle and pigs, and they come out there and cook. Oh, they do a burger that's part pork, part beef, make you want to smack your granny. And I think a bunch of us need to get out there early, like on the, 21st, 22nd, get
Yeah.
set up, start camping. The Red River's right there. Bell Witch Cave is right here in the area. Nashville's an hour away. Mammoth Cave is an hour north. So even if the Tie-Dye Fest doesn't go off, we can still
Oh, yeah.
make it a mini southeastern, southwestern.
It's going to be a freaking Shangri-La when I get there and get all my shit set up.
Oh yeah, dude, don't you know it? The way you camp is styling right on, groovy, hardcore, and solid. I saw how you guys went light, as I recall you said there at MojoCon
Oh,
in the
yeah.
last year. Yeah, and that was a light one. So
Yeah,
I
that
could
was-
just see us going whole hog here. It'll be great.
And you have a new vehicle too, Rusty, correct?
Yes, yeah, we just got a 2019 Nissan Frontier 4-wheel drive. I've always wanted a 4-wheel drive, so
Mm.
and I got it with all the money that I'm making right here on Mojo 50. Oh, yeah. But,
Funniest.
um,
Yeah, you're rolling in it for sure,
yeah, oh yeah,
or full of
okay.
it.
Yeah, well, that too. And so yeah, we were actually today making preparations now for tie-dye. We got our shower. We got a shower tent. It's a 2-stall tent, and we were making a way to, because where we're going to be camping is not, there's not going to be water accessible like on a campsite. It's going to be more like primitive, unless I'm wrong about that. There's only water on the RV sites, right? Lep?
Right. RV sites have water, and then there are showers there up in the
Right.
main section. But yeah, where we are, of course, now if you have a pump, you can always set it out in the stream and pump out of the stream and have more water than you could shake a stick at. But
Yeah.
there's a spring right down in that corner of the
Okay.
corner. Oh my goodness gracious! It makes the volume control knob stand up and say hello.
Oh, whoa.
We got a
Oh, it's cold right there.
self-contained system that we got perfected today. Of course, you're going to have to heat the water first, or fill the tank up and let it sit out in the sun all day and get warm. But yeah, you can turn the water on and off from right inside the little shower stall tent, and yeah, it's going to work. It's going to work fantastic.
So you really do go roughing it when you're camping.
No, we do not. No,
No, you do not.
Not even
So,
remotely.
we are true glampers in every sense of the word.
Do you bring any amazing coffee with you?
Only APR.
Absolutely. American Pride Roasters. Yeah, AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Right on,
He's
right
doing
on.
it again.
So we could.
He's doing the flirty APR coffee.
Yeah.
So what kind of coffee do you think from APR would go best on the early morning crisp air and camping and?
Definitely some of Ron's sexual chocolate.
Ron's sexual chocolate.
And the Carver. I really like the idea of the George Washington Carver peanut butter and Ron's sexual chocolate like getting together. And you got some chocolate in my peanut butter, and you got peanut butter in my chocolate. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
But now think about it. If you've been drinking all night, aren't you going to want like some Izzo's Rage that's really jacked up to get your heart restarted from the festivities
I've heard that'll
of
work
the
really
night
well.
before?
It's like
There you
kratom.
go. Hmm.
Hey,
Now that's some good stuff. I have to
don't
say.
get me started.
Right on.
There's a girl after my own heart. Yeah, good stuff.
You could also
Yeah,
have
I-
the Watson White. White
It has
caramel.
caramel in it. Is it caramel or caramel?
I think it's caramel. Isn't
caramel.
It? If you're up north
you.
and if you're
Hey.
from the south, it's caramel.
Wait a minute.
Caramel there, that like them caramel dunked apples.
Chris, I hate to tell you, buddy, but Watson's not white.
No, but Watson's White is a beautiful blend of coffee.
Oh,
See, I think Watson is
oh.
ethnically confused. He's
That could be.
yeah,
Culturally.
culturally challenged.
I know he's having a problem with his dingling.
Well, I don't think he's black
Aw.
anymore either because he's not going to vote for Biden. So
Oh yeah, Biden
Uh-oh.
said you're not black.
If
So,
you weren't, you
he's white. Watson White. It's a beautiful, beautiful coffee. I got it. It was in a white bag, and the flavors and the oils that were used in making this had seeped through the side of the bag a little bit. I knew just looking at it, it was going to be amazing.
You
And of
can
course it
look
was.
at a full sack and tell whether or not it's going to be good.
Oh yeah, I'm real good at looking at a sack and knowing whether it's going to be any good or not.
Depending on how oily it is. Gotcha.
Was it a brown sack?
Ooh.
Hmm.
As long as it wasn't a brown sock.
or wrinkly.
Ooh, yes. Anyway, thanks for
Mm.
asking, but I prefer the Franklin.
Nice.
And
You were
the-
next. You were next.
the Franklin, the Frederick Douglass, and I love alliterations. But
And-
also, of course, Doc Thompson's Bacon Blast is always in one of my shipments.
That seems like it would be a perfect one for the campfire right next to a campsite.
I
Oh,
think
yeah,
so
definitely.
because it has almost like a hint of maple in it, also. So that would be really nice too.
Oh, that would be nice in the morning, wouldn't it, to wake up to?
On a percolator, you have a percolator? Anybody bringing a percolator?
I've got a French
can.
press.
There, that's fine. Perfect.
I don't know if we're allowed to go get her or not. Social distancing and all. I mean, we could
Yeah,
could
right.
grab
Is it
the
time for the
percolator.
percolator?
Yeah,
we-
she's just
we
right
do.
down the road. I
Time
had
for the percolator.
I had Rocky with an eye. I was going to ask her about if she wanted to come up to the Mini Mojo Southwest edition
gonna
at
come up
Red
there.
River Campground. But
All right,
without it
Rusty, tell us
being a
where we can get
building
that
to
coffee.
sleep in,
Oh, well, you just go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. That's AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
Because Rocky with an eye wanted to hear you say .com one more time. She was asking for it.
And you know, you guys, I know Rocky's got a whole bunch of coffee, and I think Holly's got a bunch. Oh, Angry Beaver. Hey, yeah, y'all go buy a pound. Just go buy a pound of dang coffee and help them help old Dave out. Help old Dave out.
and it is his birthday coming up.
Oh yeah, I think it was. I thought it was yesterday. No,
Could be tomorrow. I'm not sure.
This just in on Twitter. We've been told that Whiskey Six was just seen masquerading as a giant pickle next to the dildo table.
I'm so glad you said masquerading because I thought you were going to say something else.
I did too. He said, Matt.
Yeah.
We all went
Like,
there.
you know, he was fishing or something. I'm not sure.
Well, we're so used to saying those two words together, So Sean
So
and
if-
Matt.
If anybody else sees Whiskey out there, let us know. Hashtag derailed. Tell us where he's at. We're a little worried about him. I mean, I got that alert on my phone again.
Another
Silver alert, silver alert, silver alert. The artist formerly known as Whiskey Six is missing. If you or any of your friends have seen him, please tweet his location to the Off Track crew using hashtag derailed.
There
All right.
you go.
That's great.
Was it Leprechaun that was going to do on this day? You got some for us?
I can do the whole hello if you want to.
Have at it.
Little puppy. Shall we or shan't we?
Would love it.
Yeah, let him go.
We shall.
We shall do it then, my dear. Good evening, Mojo 50. Happy Sunday. It's the 166th day with 200 still to go. Today is National Children's Day, and that day honors the children in our lives by slowing down our fast-paced life, turning off tech, and refocusing on the important things like, shoving them in plastic bags. It's National Flag Day. The holiday is a day that Americans show their respect for the U.S. flag and what it represents. Independence, unity, and the Star-Spangled Banner has become a powerful symbol of Americanism and is proudly flown. It's also International Bath Day, although I thought that was on Saturday. And filling up a bath for your children today so you can hold them under the water for 3 minutes or not. It's also National Bourbon Day. This particular whiskey derives its name from the Kentucky County, which was established in 1785 and was a large producer of corn. The corn, once distilled, would be put in barrels and stamped Old Bourbon and shipped down the Ohio River. In 1964, a congressional resolution designated bourbon as America's native spirit. It's also National Strawberry and Shortcake Day. Yum! Strawberries are sliced, mixed with sugar, then allowed to sit for about an hour until they have surrendered plenty of their juices. The shortcakes are then split, and the bottom is covered with a layer of strawberries, juice, and whipped cream. The top is then put back on more strawberries, juice, and whipped cream added to finish it off. Today is also the Army's birthday, celebrating its creation in 1775, making it 245 years old. And if memory serves, it's also Trump's birthday today. It's also National Pop Goes the Weasel Day, and that celebrates the nursery rhyme where children have been singing more than 300 years. It's also National New Mexico Day, that recognizes the land of enchantment, home of the ancestral Pueblo, and later the Navajo, Ute, and Apache. New Mexico's southwestern landscape is dotted with ruins that the wasteland attested of time. And for your funny of the day, what's the difference between a vitamin and a hormone? You
I don't know. Go ahead.
Hear vitamin.
You can't hear a vitamin.
I know that was bad. That was donated by Kinsey.
How do you
I
make
hope
the
it's a great
hormone?
day.
Oh, how do you make a hormone?
Put sand in her KY jelly.
Ooh.
Oh, ouchie.
Ooh. Ouch, ouch, ouch.
It's
Talk
just
about
bad.
razor rash.
Yeah.
Ooh. Saddle rash, road rash.
Ooh.
Oh, Barbara.
No crumbs
Hi,
in the
Barbara.
pudding.
She wants to see Gilly. I know everybody can hear her. I don't know what she's doing here.
Where's Gilly? Where's Gilly?
She's looking out the window. Oh.
Big Pharma Steve says on the Twitters, I'm a little bit late for Off Track and I get to hear Leprechaun. What a great surprise.
And you got the hello in the middle of the night.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Do you get that a lot?
Hello in the middle of the night. I know, but that's out. It will be worth a bell if anybody wants to volunteer in Radio Land. Grandpa is sitting here.
Grandpa's sitting right there. He wants a hello.
Hello, happy endings. Hey, I'm easy to get along with.
Right?
That's what I heard. Anybody hear from Sean yet?
No. Somebody said they thought they saw him in the YouTube chat room, but that's just me. I'm running that page.
Oh,
multitasking.
I thought he was with one of the ladies in the YouTube chat room.
Ooh.
How many girlfriends this guy have now? Let's
I don't know. A lot, I think.
So, what's the only letter to not appear in any U.S. state name?
X.
5 seconds.
X.
Nope. Q.
No, you.
New Mexico and Texas. There's
Oh,
There's your
right.
X's, yep. Yep.
Oh, you.
Q.
It's very
Utah.
sneaky.
Oh, Q.
Q, like Quebec. Yeah, we don't have a Quebec.
Mm-mm.
Queens, but it's not a state.
There's a lot of queens.
So we've got a news story we could get
San
to here.
Francisco.
What? There can't be a news story. This was like the most boring week in news ever.
Well, there is. So by the NY Post, there's an alternative reading of the Mayan calendar suggesting that the world is ending next week.
I thought it ended already.
Well, you know.
I saw that article. Yeah.
Yeah, if you thought COVID-19 and civil unrest, locusts and volcano eruptions and hurricanes signaled Armageddon, you might be right. The reading of the Mayan calendar was wrong, according to a conspiracy theory on Twitter. And while the world didn't end on December 21st, 2012, as originally prophesied, the doomsday seems to be this week or next. Following the Julian calendar of 2012, most days lost in the year due to a shift of the Gregorian calendar is 11 days. Blah, 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 a bunch of math. And
blah, blah.
if Tegulian
It's in the other room. Shucks.
if Tegulian is correct, adding up those missed days, then the Mayan doomsday is next week.
Yay. Sweet meteor of doom, please.
This is good news. We should make sure to share this with Brad. It'll make him much happier on a Monday morning.
Oh, that would make a very happy Monday start. Nothing like starting your day off knowing that you get a week,
Maybe.
maybe two.
Okay, so if it were true,
Uh-huh.
what would you do this week?
Huh.
Maybe we'll get back to that after the break.
What would I do this week if it was ending?
Yes.
If I could be sure it was ending next week,
Yeah,
Mhm.
we'd have to. I'd have to have written guarantees. I mean, if it was like the polls say it's going to end next week, or the climate scientists say it's going to end next week, I'll take a.
yeah,
written
we
check.
can't take their word for it. I mean, a
Not at
poll
all.
by CNN
Biden-
says that it will end next week for sure.
Greta Thunberg may be saying it's the next week. We don't know.
Oh yeah, if Thornburg says it, then it's got to be true. Did she get
How
her
dare
Nobel Peace
you.
Prize yet?
That's the broad.
Did she get her Peace Prize yet, or no?
I think she's still trying to
I'd
get a
probably
piece of
go
the
up and-
pie. I'm not sure.
I'd go up and probably kiss the angry beaver.
Aw,
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
Holly?
See how you work to marry her. Yeah, that would be nice. She'd
And Holly,
appreciate
too. Yeah.
yeah.
that. If I
Oh,
definitely
Lord.
knew it was going to end next week, I'd hit a casino. That would be so much fun.
Oh. Mike says that Antifa got him.
Uh-oh.
Mike Phillip from American Nuck, he's in the YouTube room. He says that Antifa got Sean.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
I hope he got
Figured.
rid of all those butt plugs first.
No, I think that's why they got
Where
him.
did
They
he-
wanted to steal the rest of them.
Where did he hide him?
Oh, no!
Ouch.
Sean hid the butt plugs again.
No.
on, let's go.
Did you know that Johnny Appleseed's fruits weren't for eating?
That's not what he told me.
Wait a minute. What were the fruits for then?
Damn it.
Wasn't
All
it
right.
protein?
Yeah.
I thought that's what they said.
There was a real Johnny Appleseed, though. His name was John Chapman, and he did plant thousands of apple trees on U.S. soil, but the apples on those trees were much more bitter than the ones you'd find in the supermarket today. Johnny Appleseed didn't expect his fruits to be eaten whole, but rather made into hard apple cider.
Ooh.
So he wanted some Dixon cider,
Dickens cider.
That's
Dickens
it.
cider. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
That would
Lord.
be one way to do it.
I think we're deficient on the bell.
Probably.
Well, I'm kind of laying back because Lep's here. He's
Right.
like,
We're doing.
Yeah.
he's the Bill Nazi.
We're
got
doing
both
all
ends
right.
going.
We're doing
So,
all right. Hey, speaking. Oop.
Oh, we're out of time. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
So we got about 18 bells, 20 bells, something.
Probably.
Yeah, you got a lot of bells.
That should help the background a little bit. Wasn't too long on the hello, was it?
You're muted, Chris.
Sean Bowden on the Facebook says that Sean is in Seattle. They just saw him inside the gate. Apparently, he's running for president of Chaz.
Yeah.
I wonder if Chaz Bona lives there.
Somebody else said that they think that Waldo grabbed him.
He might be.
Right.
Waldo grabbed him.
Yeah, Waldo got Sean.
What was it?
Hmm.
No, he's with Carmen. That's it. What was her name? Carmen
San
Diego,
Diego.
Santiago, something like that.
San Diego. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego?
She's with
Um,
Sean. Well, she was a tall chickie, so
yes.
that one would fit.
Maybe
Hey,
Joe
you've got-
Biden got him.
Yeah.
Keeps
sniffed
trying to
him
smell
right
his
on
hair.
up.
Come here. Come closer. I can't
We
see.
need to play that
smell it.
cat cooler commercial when we come back. Got
Since
it.
I'm playing the show track right now, I don't think I can. I can't play 2 Audacity tracks at once.
No, I don't have a.
And if you need stories, I still have a couple left over from Jamie's and I show.
Oh, I got another one here.
The
The cops claim that mice ate half a ton of marijuana in the evidence room.
ooh, them buzzed mice.
saw
Yeah,
that.
what
Oh, wait,
about a
you sent
guy
it
that
to me.
wants to name his baby after their cat?
That's weird.
Melissa, you gotta grab one of them stories and you read one
Come in.
from somewhere from Messenger.
Yeah, just pick one out of the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Off Track. We're still a little bit worried about Sean. If you could let us know if you've seen him, hashtag derailed. If there's been a Sean spiting, sighting a Sean spiting. Now I'm talking like him.
Oh no, not a fluting pope.
Oh no!
No fluting
If-
popes.
If anybody's seen him, please let us know. Hashtag derailed. I think the phone was ringing, wasn't it, Rusty? There's a phone.
Sure. It was ringing. Here it goes.
You have a collect call from an inmate at the Peoria County Jail. Press 1 to accept the charges.
I don't think we're gonna do that. I don't know anybody in Peoria County
don't-
Jail.
I don't know anybody. in
Peoria.
Yeah, Peoria County.
I don't
Peoria
know.
County. I don't.
Anybody know anybody who lives in Peoria County?
Peoria
No,
County.
no,
that's
Isn't
the
that
top of my
like in
head.
Illinois or someplace like that?
No, it's in
Illinois?
Ohio, right?
Ohio? Yeah.
Oh, Peoria, Ohio.
Might be in Ohio.
No,
Yeah.
I know there's a
I don't
the
think it's
city
Missouri.
Peoria in Illinois, but is it the county? I don't think it's the county as well. I don't know.
That's
Anyway,
weird. Hey, yeah, I feel bad for anybody that listens to Spoonie also, and then this, because I was on Real Food, Real People with Pat and Holly right before this. And if you really want to hear it, spoonie.com. And we talked about alcoholic. Well, we talked about the cookbook, but we also talked about limoncello. It was a good time. I really enjoyed it.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Limoncello.
Oh, that
Limoncello
cookbook.
in this tube. Yes, the cookbook.
Tell us about the cookbook
The-
again.
The sandwich maker. It's Mojo Sandwiches, and it is by sandwich makers, but that does not, in this case, it does not necessarily mean female. Lep, it was one of the first contributors. We still have Rocky. We've had a lot of contributors, but it's still going due to everything that's happened this spring and this winter. The deadline has been extended. I don't actually have a deadline. I'm hoping, and because MojoCon was pushed aside, moved,
Really?
or canceled, I don't know.
You're going to blame all this on COVID? Really? Come on.
Well, why else did we not have MojoCon?
I know. No, I'm talking about the book.
It's Brad. Yeah.
You're going to blame it on? Okay.
Yeah. Why not? You can blame everything else on it. Or it's because of the riots that I can't get and Chaz and Sean not being here. It's just everybody else's fault. So if anybody wants to make a submission, submit your sandwiches, submit pictures, submit a bio if you want, submit whatever you want. It's mojosandwiches@gmail.com. And if you have an opinion about sandwiches, I know sometimes, is a hot dog a sandwich or not? Is a calzone? Is a taco a sandwich? I don't know. Whatever you think.
I don't think a hot dog counts as a sandwich.
Why? Because the bread's connected?
I mean, well, it's sort of shaped like a sub, so I guess it could in that long and...
But what about a wrap? A wrap's a sandwich.
Well...
Then a burrito would be considered a sandwich too, then would it not?
And a taco.
Because a wrap and a burrito are the same thing.
Calzone. Anything you wrap in non-bread?
Most sandwich eaters definitely love eating a taco too.
Oh, who doesn't? Who doesn't love that? Yeah. So if you'd like to, or an opinion about sandwiches, I know someone who submitted her perfect way to make a perfect sandwich. Yeah, she's a little OCD, but it has to be layered perfectly. The dressings have to go a certain way. The meat and the cheese have to be placed a certain way. So we have a lot of different interesting sandwich philosophizers. So it's mojosandwiches@gmail.com.
Nice.
Mojos.
So you're getting close to finished with the book now, or is the Rona still holding you up a little?
No, it was the Rona didn't affect me. It affect the cookbook makers, the actual professionals, the bookmaking people, the bookmaking
Printers.
people.
The bookmaking
printers.
people. Okay.
Yeah, the ones in Vegas. No, the publishers and the printers. Yes, they were the ones not going to work.
Rocky with an eye in the YouTube chat says, because 2020.
Thank you. Wiener, wiener, wiener.
Wiener.
That's right. Good artists borrow things. Excellent artists steal things. So says Doc Thompson.
It's true, though.
It is true.
I steal from Brad. Nobody's going to know this.
What do you steal for Brad? I thought you're supposed to steal good stuff.
Oh!
Well, you know what he could steal from Brad?
What?
A cat cooler.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Oh, he has
Dang it,
two.
Chris, hurry up and open that door and get over here and help me. This cooler's getting heavy.
Well, yeah, I can give you a hand, but I locked the keys in the bunk.
Dang it, Chris. We have to do off track in an hour. How are we going to get in there now?
Relax, I got a new lock we can install later, but right now we need a battering ram.
Hey, I know. Let's use the cat cooler as a battering ram.
It certainly is rugged, but I don't think it's made for taking down steel reinforced doors.
Man, relax. The thing can take 2,500 pounds of concrete with only minor scratches. We can definitely open the door with it. Rusty, grab the other side.
All right.
Well, we need a new door, but the cooler's good. Let's get to the studio.
Get your cat cooler today at catcoolers.com. That's catcoolers.com.
All right.
Hey,
There
I
you
just heard Sean.
What?
That was recorded. That was,
Live.
I thought he
No,
was
it wasn't.
live at your house for a minute.
No.
Tried to break
That's
in.
a long ways from Seattle.
Yeah.
Anybody willing to put up a purse for him? Like, a reward?
Reward.
Like a couple bucks. $2.
Yeah.
$2.
I got $2 for that. Yeah, I'm not that interested in finding him.
I got
I got 50 cents here, so we're up for $2.50.
a
All right,
pen.
well, $4,
some tweezers,
$4.50, a pen and a
roll of
tweezers,
tape, and a chapstick from Bucky's.
and a used chapstick. That should seal the deal right there. Anybody want a used chapstick? Find Sean.
Crap.
Mhm.
Getting a call again.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I don't
You have a collect call from an inmate at the Peoria County Jail. Press 1 to accept the charges.
No, I don't.
You don't know any hookers up there, do you?
Ooh, that's a good call. I mean, we can't
Is
talk
it
Talking
right
to you,
now.
Rusty.
Oh, me. I don't. No, I don't. How dare you? No. No.
I mean, if
How
you called
dare
the
you?
first
Well,
one, it could be for Rusty.
I declare.
This just in, hashtag derailed. Sean was spotted buying hemorrhoid cream, antifungal powder, a spatula, a foam finger, 3 egg sandwiches at CVS, and getting into a car with a mariachi band and 2 goats. They're all
Man,
headed
I
for
wish I were
Chaz.
there now.
Yeah.
Headed for Chaz. Going to a barbecue.
Well done, Indiana Mike. Well done.
Holy crap.
That's bad.
Oh no! Did
I
you
don't
see
know
the
it.
one from Big Pharma?
Uh-oh.
Which one?
He just came in from the morgue.
So we're on the hunt
Oh,
for
no.
Sean Sheeler. Oh, there was somebody molesting a stiff one down there. Oh no.
Oh, Big Pharma Steve. I thought he got caught down there because he went in to suck down a couple of cold ones.
Or crack a cold one, whichever.
Good job, Big Pharma Steve. Good job.
Mm-hmm.
A ransom note. Dave's gonna throw into the ransom. He's got some toenail clippings.
Yes.
Excellent. Way to go, Dan
The
Maynard.
pot groweth
Whose
by
toes?
leaps and bounds.
Right. So we got $4 and Dan Jackson's got 50 cents. We're up to $5. So we've
All right,
got
so-
$5
I think he
from
said
used.
5th cent. Dan Jackson said 5th cents.
See,
So $4.55.
he might be in Switzerland.
Some toenail clippings and a used chapstick.
Switzerland.
Yeah, he might be in Switzerland because I guess there's a lot of good
Chocolate.
things about. What do you think the best thing about Switzerland is? What's the best thing about Switzerland?
I know, but I can't say it on the program.
The army knife, of course.
Well, I don't know. I don't know either, but the flag is a big plus.
Oh, you suck. Oh my God.
That
Oh, dad joke. Dad. Ooh.
That was outstanding, Rusty. Well done.
was good.
Outstanding in the rain. FFS.
Mhm.
That was good.
Do you know what dogs and nearsighted gynecologists have in common?
They both
Wet
have
nose.
cold noses.
Wet noses.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's not
funny.
Father's Day yet.
Oh, we're only
we gonna
allowed to
have
tell bad
Father's-
jokes on Father's Day?
Yes, isn't there supposed to be a? Yeah, send in your best daddy jokes for Father's Day.
I meant to tell y'all. Well, me and Judy were creating
camera.
our working and doing all our. I invented a new word.
Ooh. Do tell.
I did. New word. Plagiarism.
That's
I
already
don't think
word.
that's a new word.
Yeah, it's been around.
How did you spell it?
I don't know.
And now, big words with Rusty Lugnuts.
PLA plagiar G.
Alexa, spell plagiarism. Alexa.
Never.
Alexa, order condoms. 10. Yes.
Extra
No.
small.
Yeah, oh.
Oh, no. I hope Izzo didn't leave his radio on next to Alexa. He's
Who
Got a
did?
double shipment coming.
I get it.
Funny. Good job, Lep.
That's what I'm here
So,
for. Visual
anybody else pull a
acuity.
story, or shall we look at these mice that are responsible for eating a half a ton of marijuana?
Do that. Do that.
Stoned meese.
Okay, so on this story here, we have cops. Cops claim that the mice ate a half a ton of marijuana in the evidence room. This story is from April of 2019, so it's not real recent, but still. When over a ton of marijuana went missing from a police evidence room, some questions had to be asked and answered. However, the police in charge of the evidence room when the loss happened came up with a truly surprising explanation. Apparently, mice had eaten away the amount of massive contraband. This peculiar incident took place in a town of Pilar, Argentina, which, of course, does not have any corruption whatsoever. Yeah, is 60 kilometers away from Buenos Aires. Well, there's a problem. They use kilometers.
I was gonna say, what's that? How many is miles that?
It's 5 to carry the 1. Even maybe math, yada yada again.
3.5 blocks.
3 divided by. We're not doing that.
Carry the 2.
Right.
You didn't carry the 2.
Javier Spicer did not account for the marijuana before leaving the office. However, the former commissioner and her subordinates were asked about the missing marijuana, and they all said that the mice ate it. As they got in their brand new Range Rovers and went home.
Wouldn't like they had 200 pizzas delivered or something? I'm just wondering.
Experts at Buenos Aires University have gone on to claim that it is not possible for mice to have eaten that amount of marijuana. Even explained that there would be a lot of dead mice in the room if they had tried.
I wonder what stoned mice eat for munchies.
That's a good question.
Evidently not the pot because it's all gone.
And
So it was, a perpetuating thing. They caught a buzz and went, ooh, let's eat more. And they ate, how many pounds was it? 20 million pounds, something?
yeah.
On the Twitters.
Check the Twitters. I want to see it. Is it funny?
Oh, yeah. Indiana Mike says that he'll throw in a coupon for a free catheter installation from Frida the Lazy-Eyed Nurse and Dave the Drunk Doctor. So we have $4.55, some used chapsticks, some toenail clippings, and a free catheter installation.
Wow.
I mean,
is it a rusty catheter or is it a new one?
He didn't specify, but I mean,
well, Attack Yuki raised his bid. She said that's some cheap shit. You need to up the ante with catheters by Bernie, the nurse with the palsy.
Oh no!
Oh, God. That's
painful sounding.
I don't know. I know I always choose the gynecologist with the Parkinson's.
So what do y'all think the world's largest desert? What is the name of the world's largest desert?
Pretty sure the largest desert is the Gobi.
Or the
Sahara.
Damn it, I don't have a.
Was that
Did you ask us the question and not have the answer?
No, I don't have the. Oh wait.
Sahara.
No. Actually, the world's largest desert is Antarctica.
Yeah, that's true. There's not much growing there, so it would be considered a desert. It is an arid region, even though it's ice.
It's arid, and only a quarter of the Sahara Desert is sandy. Most of it is covered in gravel, though it also contains mountains and some oases.
Oasis.
Oasis. I'm trying to read here.
It was thought at one time that it was
left to right,
not ice covered. That it was a regular landmass like Europe or Asia. At least that's what was considered many, many moons ago. They don't know a few maps that are fairly detailed of.
They don't know that,
Antarctica.
and they don't know this. there were active volcanoes on the moon when dinosaurs were alive. No, I don't know that.
Active volcanoes on the moon, what, 250 million years ago? I don't know if it.
See, this is new.
It
NASA
would have had to have an
finding.
atmosphere, wouldn't it, to have had active volcanism?
I don't know. It says new NASA findings suggest there might still have been might still have been active lava flow 100 million years ago when dinosaurs were still roaming. Yeah. Suggest that possibly there might have been. They don't know that. They don't know. They don't. I no.
It's speculation.
Yeah.
It could be. Did it have an atmosphere back then? Who knows? It would have to have some sort of an atmosphere, you would think, to have active volcanism going on, because you have to have oxygen to burn, right? And lava is melted rock, burnt rock, unless it burned the oxygen out of the soil.
Well, that's fire. I mean, lava doesn't. I mean, the center of the earth, there ain't no. And of course, they don't know this either. They speculate, but that the center of the earth is
a magnet, giant metal
lava.
ball.
Yeah, and
the center is a big metal ball.
Maybe.
And the moon is cheese.
Swiss or blue, I think. Blue, maybe.
I really hope it's cheddar.
Sean Bowden says, the mice brought the weed to my house, I swear.
Yeah.
And Dan Jackson said, I've got a half a joint to throw in the pot to find Sean. Oh, wait, never mind. I hit it already.
I've heard of carrier pigeons, but carrier meese? Why not?
And apparently, Rocky with an Eye is very concerned about where Sean might be. She's pledging to throw into the pot to
blow in what?
Yeah, well, pretty much. I'm fluting the Pope again today. Anyway, Rocky with an Eye pledges side boob pics if somebody finds Sean. So.
Wow.
She must really
Holy
be
crap.
concerned.
Right. She also didn't promise they would be hers.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's sneaky stuff right there.
It's all in the wording.
Holy crap. Fact. No number before 1,000 contains the letter A in its spelling.
Huh.
We're all like,
everybody's kind of running through their heads spelling A, B, C, D, E.
Things that you learn in 2020.
256.
Are you saying in the English language, though?
Well, of course.
Oh.
What other languages are there? There's only this one. Come on.
This isn't even English. It's American.
Yeah, and there's many variations of it.
Just by state. I love the United States because of the different cultures.
Fact, the hashtag or pound symbol isn't officially called a hashtag or a pound symbol. Anybody know? The technical official name?
Yep.
What?
Is that ampersand?
No, that's a little.
It's a tic-tac-toe board.
No.
Yes, they shrunk a tic-tac-toe board, and it's the hashtag or numeral symbol. No,
I know you were plagued with never being able to win tic-tac-toe.
XOXOXO.
But yeah. The technical name is Octothorpe.
Oh,
say that fast 10 times.
Say that
please,
again.
Octothorpe.
Octothorpe.
Yeah, I'm going to draw an Octothorpe, and we're going to play some tic-tac-toe right after the show, you and me. Uh-huh.
I'm going to draw an Octothorpe and hug and kiss everybody.
So if that's an Octothorpe, what was the Octomom? Oh, that's right. She just had a litter. Never mind.
Yeah.
Octothorpe. What would, if it only had 6, would it be a sextothorpe?
Absolutely. Anyway, so the octo means 8, of course. It refers to the points.
Oh, I thought I'm an octopus.
And Though reports disagree on where Thorpe came from, some claim it was named after Olympian Jim Thorpe, while others argue it was just a nonsense suffix.
Oh,
In other words, something they
know.
thought up in college.
I know a bunch of nonsense suffixes. They all live in England. Go ahead.
Yes. That's
Nonsense in England.
Suffolk, though, I think.
No, Sussex.
Sussex.
Suffix.
Suffixes.
That just sounds dirty.
And wasn't that what
I know,
Diana
it's
is?
like
Is
saying
the Duke and Duchess of Suffolk? Isn't that what Harry and what's her name?
Sussex.
Is it Harry
Meghan?
and Meghan, or which
Meghan
is the one?
Markle. Sussex.
Okay, she's
Duke
the
and
one that's
Duchess.
back here now, right? They're in California. What's the ones that are still over there? Her sisters Pipper or Piper, or had the cute little butt.
those are the other prince and princesses I don't really pay attention to.
Right. Okay. Well, Markle's the one that's here now. She's the
Mhm.
the actress. or
Oh,
was
she's in trouble too right now.
Yeah. As
For
Brad would say,
taxes
we
or what?
kick their
What'd they
ass in
do
the war.
now?
We don't have to care.
So I was gonna say I believe I went to Baltimore one time and got a Duke of Sussex.
Did you have to pay extra for that?
$20, same as downtown.
Good man.
Yes.
And it wasn't from a midget, was it?
No, Rusty's been in therapy for a long time now, and he is completely off of midgets. So, I mean,
Whoa.
out of sensitivity to
Did
Rusty's.
you say gets off on midgets? Or?
No. He's been in therapy to
He
what?
went to Little People Anon and
Yes.
he's cured.
And so, I
Midget
mean, out of
detox.
sensitivity
And he
to
has-
Rusty, we should try to avoid the midget talk a little bit.
Yes, and his sponsor is named Leprechaun. Go figure.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Matthew Holloway
That's
says
what detoxing will do
Octothorpe.
for you.
Matthew Holloway says Octothorpe. I heard that chick became a stripper.
Do two
Might have been
poles
one
at the
of
same time. Just stretches out between the two.
Right? She got like
I thought it was Izzo's 8-man band.
oh
8-man band.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
8-man band.
he had a brass section.
Bad. Terribly, terrible.
Chris, knock knock.
I'm sorry.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Control freak.
Oh boy, control freak who?
Now's where you say control freak who.
Control freak who? You oh
There's your bump.
Hey, did you hear about the new restaurant called Karma?
No.
Yeah, there's no menu. You just get what you deserve.
Oh,
There you
oh,
go.
wow. Somebody's getting a plate full of crabs.
Yeah.
You just want people to die.
I'm here all week. 2 shows. I'll try the veal.
Oh, Frank and PA on the MeWe's.
waitresses.
That is not what we were talking about when I said we need to be sensitive to Rusty's needs and to avoid the midget stuff. So nobody go look at the MeWe's right now. Bad, Frank.
I won't.
Good job, Frank.
Um,
Good job.
Me.
Hey, so what do you think, Rusty? Next Sunday, it's a dad joke day. People should
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
tweet or send us their best dad jokes, and we'll come up with a prize. Maybe some off-track merch or some crap.
Right. Maybe they'll get a hat or a shirt or something for the best dad joke.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Or
I'll,
a beer
like,
koozie.
draw them a picture, and
Sign your name to it.
there you go. Hey.
Mhm.
Some of
And
these
Rusty
things
is
are
an
bad.
amazing artist. So, I mean.
Every time
There.
I see him, he's drawing flies.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's only when he's sleeping with his mouth open.
Sorry.
Damn it.
Sounds like that was derailed again. And some of these dad jokes are bad. It's like, there's one here that says, should I have another baby after 35? No, 35 kids are enough.
Yeah.
Who wants the 36th?
They're terrible.
Some are
don't like
good. It's
My
all in
opinion
the
of you,
delivery.
Improve yourself.
Dan Maynard wants to know what the cure for midget love is. Rusty, are you still too traumatized to be able to share that, or?
It's Little People Anon.
Do what now? I'm sorry, I missed it.
Dan Maynard wants to know what the cure for for midget love is. You've just gone through all that therapy. Are you still too traumatized to be sharing that? Or?
No, I don't. I don't discuss that. No. Nope.
Well, here comes the music. We'll be back in like 4 minutes. Anybody find Sean, please let us know. Or maybe our guest in the second hour, Mr. Peyton Smith, will know where he is. All right,
Yeah,
we
I
got
gotta
4
see-
minutes. You guys go ahead and chat if you want. I'm going to go have a quick smoke.
I need
June
to
4.
refill.
I got to grab a drink.
Yeah.
We're gonna leave.
Peyton gets here and everybody
Be
fucking
by
leaves.
himself in here.
Hey, Peyton, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you, Lep?
Hanging in there, my friend. Above ground and breathing. You know me,
Excellent.
I'm an air whore. Anytime people say, hey, you want airtime? Fuck, yes.
Air horror.
Me-
That's funny.
let me grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Okay.
What is happening, man?
Oh, boy, I tell you. It just never ceases to, be interesting here.
Yeah.
A little bit of good news, I guess. I don't know about that upcoming, I think, July 4th they're planning. Well, I guess if Trump doesn't come in with, the military, I think they're talking about on June 4th, there's going to be some kind of a gathering here to take back Capitol Hill.
Wow.
Yeah. So that should be kind of interesting. I think it's like Bikers for Trump and other, associated.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody who wants to show up, I guess, to support them. It's going to be at, I guess what are they talking about? The staging area at Seward Park, which I think they said, they estimated it would hold about 10,000 bikes. And I was thinking, okay.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, when was the last time I was even at Seward Park? I mean, I live here and I just hardly ever go anywhere anymore.
Right.
But I thought it might be a potentially interesting thing to do. I could at least
Hey,
go
my sister. Holy shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. She
No.
typed into the chat room and it's like, holy shit.
Her
Her birthday's in 2 days.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had mine on the 22nd of April.
Well, happy belated birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, if you get a certain age, they quit being birthdays, don't they?
After I got legal, I pretty much quit counting. Well, no, I take that back. After I got the senior discount, I quit counting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's.
And I've been faking that for years. Come on, where's my heart? Damn it. Oh, there it is. Hopefully, I'm not talking over but anybody too much.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, everything's cool.
Yeah, you're going good.
I appreciate y'all having me on.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna everybody's still in.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. We're still without Sean. We have no idea where he is. If you've located him or if you might have seen him or anything like that, just tweet at us. Let us know. #derailed. We're very worried about him right now. We had sent him to for anybody that missed the first hour, we had sent him to the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone up near Peyton here. Peyton's going to tell us a little bit more about that place, but we knew that he set up a table and he was selling butt plugs to the communists. We've had some reports that he has been kidnapped by them. We've had some reports that he's now running for the president of the Chaz Zone. There is a reward if you know where he is and can lead us to the safe return, because there's also a silver alert that I'm sure I'll play again here in a little while. There is, I think, $4.55, some toenail clippings, side boob pictures from Rocky with an Eye. She did not specify that they would be hers. And used chapstick. There was used chapstick as well. So if you can help us find him, that wonderful prize package could be yours. Peyton, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, Chris. How about yourself?
Doing all right, brother. Doing all right. So can you tell us, we reached out to you earlier this week because you live near the Antifa stand or Chaz Zone, as people have been referring to it on the news, right?
Yes, I do. Yes, indeed.
All right. So
Have
what
you
can
been by there?
No, I have not. I haven't. I was kind of thinking about it, but upon reflecting and thinking about the potential for disaster, potentially, because I'm not going to go armed. I don't want to go armed. I just want to go and cover it. And that's all. I just want to go and take some pictures, get some footage, so on and so forth. And I talked to my my colleague, Mike Phillip, and we kind of were thinking, maybe it's the best, if I can't go in safety in numbers, just to kind of wait and hold off on it. And so that's what I decided to do. I mean, I'd love to go, and I'm really, really would love to, but that's kind of what I decided on. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So what have you been seeing in your local news then? Tell us a little bit more about it.
Oh, well, I mean, it kind of varies, it really, it's hard to get anything accurate here in Seattle because, of course, Seattle being the left-wing bastion that it is, left-wing bastard that it is, whatever you want to call it. It's just, I mean, there is no local news. There's no local media. It's really akin to, like, say, San Francisco, where, like, there they have the San Francisco Chronicle, but I mean, it's not a newspaper anymore. It hasn't been for a long time. And the same would be with, like, the local news here, like Como and so on and so forth on TV. Same kind of thing. So to really get any kind of fair coverage, I kind of have to go outside of Seattle, actually, which is really bad. I mean, it's pathetic, but that's the way it is. But I mean, from what I've seen so far, I think that, there might be a potential for a little bit of division happening within the whole area that they've overtaken.
Okay.
I know that I'd heard reported before, and then USA Today reported, again today, and they're kind of hit or miss, but that, yeah, there's a little bit of dissension there between the Black Lives Matter communists and the Antifa communists, kind of arguing, as to who's going to control what, and who's going to get this power and who's going to get that power. And I think ultimately, I think they're just going to they're going to fall through, honestly. And I don't hope that Trump sends, troops in. I don't want him to send military in. Don't want to see that happen. I would just prefer to just watch it collapse. And if it doesn't, then on July 4th, there's going to be a get together, I guess, local here at Stewart Park. There's going to be like Bikers for Trump, and I forget who else is going to be a part of it. I think any patriot who wants to show up, and it's about retaking Capitol Hill, retaking Chaz. So we'll have to see.
I had read a post yesterday on Facebook. Of course, don't know how true it is, Facebook, but indicated that somewhere near 100 truckers were going to block off the main thoroughfares in and out of that area, and that Hell's Angels and the Mongrels, two biker gangs together, were going to go in there and take it back if they didn't surrender and turn it back over before tomorrow. So.
Oh, before tomorrow.
Right. They weren't going to wait until July 4th. But we'll see.
Okay.
I mean, it could be absolute nonsense.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But that's really kind of what I was waiting for. I was waiting to see if something might come up, and that, if it happens on the 4th, if it happens sooner, I'd like to be able to not have to work at night. I could go. If I knew ahead of time, I would definitely
watch from a long ways away, please.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'd want to get, within a group, I'd try to get as close as I could.
If you had a drone, I haven't seen anybody with any drone footage of it yet. I'm surprised. Online, I haven't seen any.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point, Left. I haven't either. But that would give a pretty good overview, I guess, of the entire layout and everything. And again, that neighborhood, yeah, I mean, I've been through there before, but it's been so long. I mean, typically when I pass through there, I mean, it's just to pass through. I mean, on the bus, and I make it a point not to get out there. I've always made it a point. I mean, I think the only times I ever get out in that part of town is just to transfer buses. But again, I haven't been there in that area for so long. So.
And now geographically, I understand that Capitol Hill is probably a suburb area of the Seattle greater metropolis, but
yeah,
where geographically? Can you lay it out for us a little bit, help us understand?
Well, it's more towards North Seattle, kind of like more towards like the north side. I'm over in West Seattle, so what I would have to do is, well, now the West Seattle Bridge is closed for repairs, but typically what we do here in West Seattle is go over the West Seattle Bridge to get to downtown, or to get to the core, and then from downtown it's just up the hill, up Pike Street, and that's what leads into Capitol Hill, and yeah, I mean, I'm fairly close by, actually, and they've had a couple of silent. Well, yeah, and they've had a couple of silent protests going through here. Nothing hardcore, nothing violent. It's just they call it. I think it's called Black Lives Matter silent protest. I think just to walk through from like South Seattle, and then they walk through West Seattle. I think, and that's about all this area has seen. I've seen a few people here and there that look like they're kind of out of place, like they don't belong in the neighborhood, like they could be kind of hostile potentially. They just have a look about them. I could be mistaken, but I mean, my gut kind of tells me that they're kind of been in here, kind of looking around, kind of tasting it out. But yeah, no, I mean, Capitol Hill, as far as people not being armed, I mean, I would love to know the percentage of people who were armed there, because I think it was just, being as progressive as it is, being as left wing as it always has been there. I just think that they went for a soft target. I think that's one of the softest targets in Seattle. I mean, the whole place is soft. I mean, even West Seattle is kind of soft.
So you think that most of the people that live there are willing to accept it and kind of just roll over on it? They weren't going to run into resistance if they took that area?
Well, yeah, I think that's what it was. I think a lot of it has, kind of has to do with that. That's what it comes down to. I think they knew if they tried it here in West Seattle, they'd find a lot more firearms, more people that own firearms, guns, so on and so forth, who would put up a fight. And even in the store that I work at across the street from where I live here, the people that I've overheard talking and everything about this, I've heard more than a few people say that, no, I mean, it's not going to happen in West Seattle. We're not going to let it happen. And I'm kind of like, okay, well, that's a little bit of hope, that if anything does transpire, should it happen, that they try to come up here in West Seattle, that there would be a pretty good resistance.
Here's a headline from the Telegraph. I guess that's overseas UK. Vigilantes threaten to retake Seattle's autonomous zone from activists. Notice how they word. Yeah. Vigilante groups have threatened to, quote unquote, retake the independent zone in Seattle, where protesters have set up barricades to keep police out. Over 1,000 people have responded to a Facebook event to attack the so-called Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, which they say is illegally occupying public buildings and terrorizing small businesses. The zone, established on Monday, covers a 6-block area of the city surrounding the abandoned East Precinct police station. Some protesters are camping overnight, and medic stations, food stalls, and sound systems have been set up within the area because, when you take over an area, you definitely want sound systems to, play your music and stuff.
Right.
The event is being hosted by pro-Trump site Printly, PRNTLY, and straight pride group Super Happy Fun America, and scheduled for U.S. Independence Day, July 4th, calls the group Communist Kids and suggests that bikers, non-bikers, people with whatever vehicles could also join. Tweets and articles posted online have threatened that the motorcycle groups Hells Angels and Mongols, though this rumor has been denied by Hells Angels founding member Sonny Barger, who posted on Facebook that it was untrue and will never happen. So the zone has become a target for pro-Trump social media users who call the group quote-unquote terrorists and claim they are all quote-unquote Antifa. They are a loose association of left-wing groups that have been blamed for the protests spreading across the U.S. Right-wing vigilantes have also posted pictures and videos online saying they infiltrated the zone, which is blocked off from cars with metal and plastic barricades. Mr. Trump has threatened, seeing they say, while Mr. Trump, that's President Trump, you jackass, has threatened to take back the zone from protesters. Because remember, we had to say President Obama. We couldn't say Mr. Obama or just Obama. It had to be President Obama. Yeah, it's President Trump. The zone from Seattle politicians have been more conciliatory. Yeah. Democratic Mayor Jenny Durkin, who visited the area on Friday, told the president, "Go back to your bunker," earlier this week, and said sending in the army would be unconstitutional.
What was that word? Conciliate what?
Yeah.
And now, big words with Rusty Lugnuts.
consenting, right? That means that they can do it.
So
Conciliatory.
Wow, good job.
You know, but that would be one that I usually I can't even get out. It's just, yeah, it's insane. You know, right-wing vigilantes. You know, but what we're dealing with here is communist vigilantes. You know, who've gone and done this, who've gone and been allowed to do this. I
wonder if the mayor would say as complimentary of things at a 3% group taking over 6 blocks of Seattle.
Wouldn't happen.
No, yeah, my gosh, you can imagine
National Guard would be there in minutes.
Oh yeah. You can imagine if it was right wing, vigilantes, Mayor Durkin, she'd be, send in the military. She'd just, that's the first thing she would want, Trump to do if it were, quote unquote, right wing vigilantes. But
the left wingers, they want to appease them and talk with them and have a conversation about their grievances.
Right. Yeah. Well, the mayor, she wants to see it, or thinks it might turn into the summer of love. If Trump would just back off, it could be another summer of love. And it's interesting. I saw this clip, and it was a group of them, and they were doing some sort of a dance. I don't know, out in the middle of the street, and I don't know what do they call it, like they called it like Chaz Pilates or something like that, or whatever it was, Chaz Zumba, I think maybe. And when I saw that, I was just thinking, you know what, this is really to me, this looks like Burning Man. And where did I see? I can't remember where I saw it today, but I saw somebody kind of describe it that way. That from how it's being portrayed and all the different pictures and stuff, it's kind of turning into that. I mean, it's turning just like, and now they're talking about whether to call it Chaz or call it Chop. I think there was a thing on Fox News today where it's like, yeah, it might be renamed.
Have you seen
Chop.
pictures of what the desert looks like after Burning Man leaves? From what I understand, this Capitol Hill area that they've taken over or are occupying is a fairly wealthy neighborhood, and has a bunch of liberal elites that are fairly wealthy and have a nice neighborhood. What are they going to feel like when this place gets destroyed?
Well, I think they want to change it to CHOP because that stands for Occupy.
Can you turn your volume up a little?
Your audio is super low, lady.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, what happened?
I don't know. I'm gonna blame it on Gilly.
Very well then.
Gilly did it.
Well, I think they changed it to Occupy because they don't know what autonomous means.
You mean it's not a self-driving city?
No, a dumpster caught on fire, and we are very familiar here on Off Track with dumpster fires. But they called the fire department.
It's true. We are familiar with dumpster fires. There is one every weekday from 8 to 9 o'clock. They're called the Defenders Live. If you have never listened to Defenders Live, please check them out. Go to mojo50.com. Check out all the other shows as well. There are the best dumpster fire of the day, in my opinion, is from 8 to 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and then on Sundays from 7 to 10, or 8 to 10. Sorry. So I think it's just magic. 8 o'clock, there's a dumpster fire on Mojo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeremy Hansen says there is nothing wrong with a dumpster fire. Attaboy, Jeremy.
Actually.
Yeah. What else were they doing there? They had the rally where all white members of Chaz, residents of Chaz, were encouraged to give a black person within Chaz $10 And
I don't think they were encouraged. I think they were like told. If you
We'd like to encourage you with this baseball bat.
Well, yeah, encourage, yeah.
I'm carrying an AR. I really think it's a good idea if you give that guy over there. Yeah, encourage.
Maybe we could get to the summer of love with some CBD oils. And do you know where you could find some really great CBD oils to turn it into a summer of love? Mojo50.com/shop. Rusty, have you
have any KB CDMBs there?
Yes,
Yeah,
KBMD CBD oils.
Yeah, from Doc Brown.
LMNOP.
What word are you spelling? KBMD.
Kenneth Brown, medical doctor.
He's made some super high quality CBD oils, and you can get yours for anxiety, for depression,
pain,
for pain. Yeah, they really are wonderful for a whole host of things that might ail you. And if you didn't know it ailed you yet, you can still solve it with KBDMD CBD oils.
And they are quality by far. They are probably the highest quality that I've tried, and they taste really good because some CBD oils taste like.
So you've bought these before. Can you tell us and the listeners where they might find it, and is there a promo code they could use?
If I were you, I would go to mojo50.com/shop or click on the shop. Go and click on the thumb oil. I was thinking of.
And the fluting Pope gets Melissa.
Yes, I know. Tongue tangled to supercalifragic. Mojo50.com/shop or click on the shop icon and go to Kenneth Brown's CBD oils and use the offer code whiskey, and you get, I believe it's $15 off. It's
yeah,
$15. But
promo code whiskey.
But it's 15 off of every bottle. So if you want more than one bottle,
and actually
to save $15, if you order 10 bottles on one, you're only going to get $15. But if you order 15 individual bottles, then you get $15 off of each bottle.
Right. And my father is a skeptic, but a very smart man, and he has changed since last October. He only orders KBMD CBD oils from mojo50.com.
Awesome.
Excellent. Well, there we go. We can get the summer of love with some KBDMD CBD oils. Maybe they should also use those in conjunction with the butt plugs that Sean's selling by the front gate of the Chaz.
I think he needs to stick some vowels of some kind in that damn name. There's not one. Wait.
KB.
That's a consonants.
Rusty, you know what they say?
What?
Make sure you move your vowels every day, otherwise you'll be constipated.
That's true. KBMD CBD oil. No vowels.
Buy a vowel.
Buy a vowel.
Runes, please.
I'd like to buy an eye.
All right.
Yeah. Well, actually, when it comes down to it, it's amazing what dead white presidents will buy. You know.
That's right.
It's unbelievable.
What else is going on in the Chaz? I mean, how do they take it over? I mean, I think by the time I heard about this, it had already been done and like 2 days old. What was it like when it happened?
Well, I mean, even being right here where I'm at, I think I found out about it the next day. It just totally came out of nowhere. That was the last thing I was expecting to see happen. I guess it's not really surprising that it did, but yeah, it just was. I was like, wow, you know. But I mean, when I saw where they were and everything, and then I saw the neighborhood that they took over, again, it was like, oh well, you know, yeah, just you know, they just probably wasn't so much of a at all.
Well, More with Peyton Smith, and I think we might open up the phone lines, take some calls after the next break here. So stay tuned. 2 minutes. Off track.
Melissa, you got to fix your sound.
Yeah, you're really, really quiet.
Really
that
quiet.
is really weird how that happened.
Do you have a board now? Did you plug in your board yet, or?
Yeah, my board's plugged in.
Just turn your gain up a little bit.
How's that?
There you go.
Much
Beautiful.
way better.
Okay. I don't know if I don't know what happened. It was
Gilly
your fault.
probably bumped it.
It was well, she did. She unplugged the whole board a little while ago. They're so cute at that age, huh?
All right, Facebook, YouTube. I'm putting the phone number and the conference code. The password is, of course, 420-420. If anybody wants to call and got some questions for Peyton, or I think there was, I think it was Sean Bowden over in the Facebook chat said that he's 30 miles away from it in another direction than Peyton is.
Are they going to be joining in directly, or are you going to let them in one at a time? How's that going to work?
I don't have a waiting room set up right now, but if enough people call in at the same time, I might lock the room and look at maybe opening the waiting room instead. But
Yeah,
we'll
if
see.
you come in, wait. If you come into the room, wait till you're called on, please. Don't make me boot your ass.
Hey, Chris, you don't happen to have a copy of Happy Birthday, do you?
Whose birthday is it?
My sister's in 2 days.
Ah, we could find one real quick.
Figured.
Whose birthday?
My sister's.
10 seconds.
Oh.
I got a Beatles copy, I think.
5 seconds.
Play.
So, I don't know if we're going to get anybody in here.
That's cute.
Glad we got Melissa's sound fixed. She was a little low
Hey.
in this segment. What the heck,
I can
lady?
hear you so much better.
Hey, remind me the next time Sean is on the show, I turn this way up.
All right, sounds good.
And Sean Bowden, I did blame the dog, and I'm not a bully. The dog's a bully.
Right. I do have another
That's right,
emergency
yeah.
alert on my phone.
Silver alert, silver alert, silver alert. The artist formerly known as Whiskey Six is missing. If you or any of your friends have seen him, please tweet his location to the Off-Track Crew using hashtag derailed.
Please let us know at hashtag derailed if you have seen, or anybody else that you know has seen, Sean. We're very worried about him.
Yeah, he is kind of old, and he is 50 now, so things are going downhill. Memory, sight, hair.
Yeah.
Well, the hair's been gone for a while, but,
Yeah, he's not in a good way. He might need some nursing.
Yeah, somebody on
care.
Facebook was very concerned that he might have got his head stuck in the ball waxer at the bowling alley again.
But weren't we told by the bowling alley specifically not to touch other people's balls?
It's true.
Okay.
It's part of the COVID thing.
Mhm.
You're not supposed to touch other people's balls.
At the bowling alley and not at the tennis courts. Tennis
Right.
courts were especially vulnerable because those balls are quite porous, unlike bowling balls.
you know a lot about balls.
Well, I do. And also, since I got my cricket machine, I have been personalizing some ball sacks in case you need you know, if you're a football or volleyball people, especially, they like to carry multiple balls when they're inflated at a different PSI.
Right. Yeah.
So some people like their ball sacks labeled. I mean, who am I to judge? I'm making them a sticker. Might make the ball sticky. Who cares? I don't know. No judgment here. Because if they go in their SUV or their vehicle and they play sports with a lot of balls, and if they don't have them in a ball sack to contain them, then they go all over the place. And then you go to the beach or you go to your venue or the court, and then you got to like rally up all your balls all by yourself in the car, and everybody's like, "Why are you playing with your balls?"
You don't want your balls just going crazy out there, flying around everywhere. You know, you gotta keep them. You know,
you gotta discipline those things.
Well, you got to put a mask on them. Is what you got to do.
You're right. I know. Got to put the mask on the balls, and then get some of the Lysol stuff and the ethyl alcohol, and throw some vodka on them.
I don't put any.
Hey, there you go. Yeah. You know,
I do not put any ethyl alcohol on my balls. No, no, it's not. That's bad.
How about vodka?
A couple of balls late there, so our bell's short. I mean,
balls. We're putting alcohol on our balls now because it's 2020.
Yeah, it's 20.
Look, seriously, a friend told me, do not put hand sanitizer on your balls. Don't, because one, it says hand sanitizer, not ball sanitizer, but he told me that it burns.
He told you this was your friend?
My friend
told you.
Yeah.
Was it regular hand sanitizer, or was it from Bath and Body Works, or?
I think it was like a bleach wipes or something. Yeah.
Are you sure you weren't like spritzing the cucumber melon down there? Make it a little bit more pleasing.
You see, I don't think that's part of Fauci's COVID rules for intimacy. You know.
Well, I need to ask him. Has anybody asked him? I haven't seen Fauci that much. I guess he's not into riots, so I didn't see him a lot this week.
I think he realizes
for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think he's realizing, or whatever, that maybe Trump administration is realizing that this is all, he was full of shit, pretty much. You know.
Well, he's got to be, you know, kind of jonesing for some screen time anymore. That's what he was always about, anyway. Oh, I mean, you know, you've seen great TV doctors in the past, and it's like, boy, you know, I thought I really liked Jack Klugman on Quincy, but you know, no, Fauci by far the best. You know?
Oh, I love Quincy me.
Yeah, I love Quincy.
Marcus Welty wasn't bad either, though.
Quincy,
he had good bedside manner.
We did get that that critical review. Those guys from that one thing, they did the thing, and then they reviewed the Dr. Fauci.
That was and the other thing.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
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 Thank you, Dr. Fauci.
Did I send you guys the response from the Black community from YouTube about the Democrats taking a knee for the 8 minutes 45 seconds, and they were wearing the African scarves?
The Kente Plus, yeah.
Did I send you guys that video? It was from two black twin brothers, and they had the response. If I didn't send it to you, I need to send it to you. We might want to put it on here, because it's so spot on and it's hilarious. But today, you know how sometimes I watch the Sunday shows every Sunday. Well, obviously I don't watch the Sunday shows on Friday, but I watch the Sunday news shows. I watch the Chris Wallace, and I watch George Stephanopoulos, and I try to mix it all in there. And so this week, the person making their rounds was Ben Carson, who I really like, but there were no sound clips because I think I fell asleep. Love the guy, not very entertaining. Can you imagine if he was president? We'd all be there'd be no news.
Yeah.
They'd all be like sleeping, like.
One of those Ben Stein voices, just kind of drone.
His presidency
Oh,
wouldn't have
yeah.
worked out terribly well because he wouldn't fight
Really?
back for himself. MSNBC, CNN, etc., the plethora of communist news networks would do exactly what they're doing to Donald Trump, what they did to Bush. But much like Bush, he would just keep his mouth shut and do his job, so he would get his ass kicked all over the place. Whereas Trump, I think, is the first president in my lifetime
Generation?
that
You've only been alive since Reagan. Calm down.
right. So, well, even Reagan didn't call out the communist news networks and say,
No, he didn't.
"Shut up and sit down, fake news."
No, he didn't. He was very dignified and he had class and presidential stature.
He did, but that's not going to work when you've got people
Not
like
anymore.
Chris Cuomo and blah blah news jackasses.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, all Reagan had to worry about was Sam Donaldson. I mean, that's
Yeah, exactly.
You are fake news.
Mm.
But yeah,
Well, I mean-
yeah, I mean,
So how do
Cuomo
you
brothers
think this
were-
is going to turn out? The Chaz. What do you think is going to happen up there in the Great Northwest?
I mean, I'm still kind of thinking that it's eventually, whenever it happens. I don't know when when that will be, but I think that it's just going to just completely fail, and I think that they're going to get out of there. I mean, like I said, they're talking about renaming it CHOP, and people are describing it as Burning Man, and the more footage I see of it, the more I can see that that's kind of what it is. It's just, I mean, I think the more it goes on, the less serious people are going to start to take it. I mean, I'm to the point now where I'm like really not, I mean, the last couple of days, each day that goes by, it seems like I'm kind of like thinking, is it really going to be, or get that militant to, I mean, or that volatile or hot of a situation, I don't think so. I don't think it will, but just in case it does, the chance that it does.
So do you think it's just going to fizzle out if nobody forces these clowns to go? Or are they just going to lose interest and leave?
I think it's just going to fizzle out. I think they'll probably just lose interest and leave. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
And really, I mean, the president shouldn't dignify it at all. I mean, whether it be responding with the military or even discussing it at all. I mean, it's just I don't know. It's like Seattle has become the scum, and what's his name? Raz or Roz or something like that. It's just whatever he calls himself. I mean, yeah, the president doesn't need to dignify him. I don't think at all. And
I think that's
but,
right. I think that if Trump were to address this, he gives them some legitimacy. If he ignores them, the only people that are going to know what's happening is people watching liberal news or Facebook.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree with you.
So
I
on the Twitters, we have not an off-track co-licker jackhole, which is kind of a long name. I think you should work on shortening that up just a little bit. But anyway,
You can be a co-licker. It's fine.
right. She's not a co-licker, not an off-track co-licker jackhole. And she says we should say hi to our new listener, John WX Geek. Well, John, welcome. Sorry you happened to find off track this evening, but we're glad to have you here.
Yes, keep listening.
The more the merrier.
I
Yes, indeed.
want to give a quick shout out to my friend, my bestie Heather. She's the one that told me about the Hodge twins video, and
They
like
are
I said,
awesome.
Rusty Chris, yeah, but she also sent me a video from Officer Tatum,
Okay.
which he talks about Colin Kaepernick in the NFL, and it's longer. The Hodge twins usually they're about 5 minutes.
They're hilarious though, and there are a ton of them. Go find the Hodge twins on YouTube.
But yeah, Officer Tatum, also watched that one. That was about 10 minutes, but it's definitely worth the watch. Check those guys out.
And Lep had a shout out to somebody. Did you find that?
Yeah, that's right. We have a birthday song we need to play. Lep, you want to tell us whose birthday it is, and I'll play the song?
Yeah, my little sister. She just happens to be in the chat room. As a matter of fact, she's got 2 more days. 6/16 will be her birthday. And if you
What's her name?
it, play it. Jennifer.
Jennifer, happy
in the
birthday.
chat room.
Happy
Jennifer
birthday,
Clifton.
Jen.
And many more.
On Channel 4.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think? I know this is off topic, but whatever.
Wait, we do off topic here?
Yeah. What is the furthest away from any McDonald's you can be in the United States? Any spot, go to any spot. What do you think the furthest possible distance is? You are never more than this many miles.
200.
9 miles
from a McDonald's.
200.
I think it's kind of like a
I would
spider.
say
I mean,
9.
statistically, you're never more than like 8 feet from a spider. So it's kind of like the same thing with McDonald's, but more like maybe like 5 miles.
Does this include Alaska? Are you talking about
No, I'm
CONUS
sorry.
or OCONUS?
Continental U.S.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
continental
now I
US.
gotta change my answer.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get all that in there.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
places
that-
like
that's what I said.
New York
said
and
that
Miami and
last time.
Chicago are going to make up for the far west area. So we're like 5 miles. I'm going to guess 5. Statistically, you're never more than 5 miles.
It's more than that, but
Fitting.
you can never be any more than 115 miles from any McDonald's in the continental U.S. So whatever spot
sir.
you pick, you'll never be more than 115 miles from a McDonald's.
That's
Oh,
about a
man.
long ass drive to get Big Mac.
Yeah.
I'm 92 miles from the closest Buc-ee's, and that's really sad.
Oh, yeah, that is.
I'm right across the street from a McDonald's.
Nice.
Oh.
I'll
you
take
go.
a 20-piece nuggets and some ranch and sweet and sour and barbecue and some fries and a large Coke.
Have
I'll
you?
take a salad and a
Ooh, now
water.
nuggets is one of those things you're not supposed to get. They had a there was
Says
a
who? Are you a
article
communist?
online. No, there was an article online from what was the name of that site? Did I save the site? Let me scroll through tabs.
While he's doing that,
Yeah.
over in the YouTubes, John Doherty says, turn off the water, the electricity, and call their parents because it's past their bedtime. I think he's probably talking about Chaz.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to give a shout out before the show ends, because this just happened this weekend, and I don't want to bring anybody down, but I just need to say his name. A shipmate that I served with on the USS Theodore Roosevelt during Kosovo and the whole Milosevic takedown. We served in G4 on the USS Theodore Roosevelt together, and I got word yesterday that he passed away. We worked in the weapons department in hydraulics. We both worked in the cargo weapons elevators, and he was an airman. I was a mechanic, and it was a relatively small shop compared to all the other weapons ones. So we worked together a lot, and basically hydraulics. That's how we take the weapons from the lower decks, the missiles and the torpedoes, up to the upper decks, and that was the only duty station he served. And when he got out, I guess it took him a few years, but elevators became his thing because he really took his skill that he learned to heart, opened up his own elevator company in Texas. He's always has been one of those, you meet a Texan,
Right.
The big heart, and go Texas or go home. He started his own elevator company, extremely successful. 2 older daughters, his oldest daughter, who I remember when she was born, just joined the Navy this past year. And so he goes off and visits her sometimes. And he made a real good life for himself. And his last post on Facebook was, kind of F you COVID, I'm going to Naples, Florida to visit my friend. And I saw the news reel this morning where it was an upside down SUV in a pond. The driver is in critical condition, but he passed. So his name is Wayne Atkinson. He was an EM working in an electrician's mate working in the G4 Weapons Department, USS Theodore Roosevelt. He leaves behind Hannah and Taylor, and just if you pray and you're into that thing, just pray for his daughters, because he was a very good dad, very involved father. And thank you, Wayne, for your service. And I just wanted to say that before we closed.
Man.
So yeah, because hashtag 2020.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for your service. And the Battle Hymn of the Republic was the best I could come up with for music to go underneath what you were talking about there. But
that's fine. It's fine.
I do say a quick prayer for his family. That's got to be hard for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Very
it's
difficult.
Way to bring everybody down, Melissa.
Sorry,
Gee,
no, I didn't mean
hell?
to. I should have done it at the beginning of the show when we're looking for Sean.
Has anybody found Sean yet, by the way? It's like the jackals aren't even listening or looking for him. I haven't gotten a suggestion in like a half an hour.
No, I saw something on YouTube. One of the sandwich makers said he was at her house. I don't know who that was.
He's out there.
It might even been Rocky. I don't know.
Locked up in a closet, maybe?
I want
Could have been
pictures.
Beaver.
Beaver's not even listening, but somebody needs to check her closet.
Right, he might be in Beaver's closet. That's all right.
Answer that phone.
Yeah, I'll get the phone.
You have a collect call from an inmate at the Peoria County Jail. Press 1 to accept the charges.
I still don't think that's a good idea.
Peoria?
Maybe we could answer it in the after show or something, because I don't know.
After the show.
Right.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to anybody that's in jail.
Well, I mean,
You sure
not
it's
during
not one of your pressed
not during the live show.
Soap,
Anyway.
they should be all right.
You guys have any kids that might be in jail in Peoria for some reason?
No.
I don't think so.
Not that I know of.
I better call
Not
my
that you know.
son. That's not a
Not that you know
possibility.
not that you know of your child being there, or not that you know of that you even have a child in Peoria.
Wait a minute.
What
Sean
were
lives
you
in
doing
Peoria, I think. Or doesn't he live somewhere near Peoria?
Yeah, it's called Chillicoochee.
Chillicoochee?
Chillicoochee.
Somebody look that up real quick. What county is that in Illinois?
That
You
is
know,
in
I
Peoria.
hear, he was saying, I think he was going out with some shady girl tonight.
So now he's in Illinois, or now he's in jail?
He might be.
Rusty, is he with Shifty Eye?
Yeah, she was really, kind of. I tried to warn him. I said, man, you don't see Shifty.
I hope he's got some hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
So do you think they're both in jail, or she just got him in trouble? And
Probably she got him in trouble because she's Shifty Eye. Yeah.
But I mean, he was going. I kind of like them other 2 or 3 girls that he was looking at. I think he went out with a couple of them the other, like
Wednesday.
Yeah, maybe it was
Or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Rusty, you were not supposed to say that about the 3 girls all at once. He didn't want them to know he was.
Yeah, I know that was something how he juggled all 3.
Yeah, but we're not supposed to be saying that live on the air, I don't think.
Oh,
Who can't stop talking about the Pultitsky triplets?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, but it's not going to be good for him if they find out that he was, the.
They don't listen. It's fine.
They're not listening? Okay.
It's fine. No, he gagged him or something with a thing.
Whoa, hey.
With the thing? Oh, no.
With the thing.
The thing.
Holy
Oh, because that's the thing we do in 2020.
Yes. Gilly, are you mad that you can't find Sean? Huh? Maybe you should go out and find him.
Oh, Gilly would know where
blood
Sean
down.
is. I can't believe that Sean would abandon her like this. She's like, it's Sunday, and where's my Sean?
Can you tell me? Oh, Sean's in the well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sean fell down the well.
And then what happened? No way. Let's go.
That not an off-track co-licker jackhole says if
Is
Sean
she
needs
still
bail money, she's only about 2 hours away.
Aw, wait, from where? He's supposedly not in Peoria.
Not in Peoria.
Right.
Well, then why do we keep who's in jail in Peoria?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's Sean.
Okay, so he didn't make it to wherever he was supposed to be going.
You can't listen to that.
That's messed up, bro.
That co-licker.
Your co-licker over there. You're purposely not answering his phone calls from jail.
Yeah.
Well, now that we know who he is, if maybe he calls back, we'll answer it.
Maybe if he calls back before the end of the show. But
I doubt it. He's probably.
But this off-track co-licker, not Jack. What is it?
He's not
sounds like
not an off-track co-licker, I think, something like that.
Sounds like they are drunk.
Well, they need a shorter name for sure. I understand what Brad was saying about those long names. And remember when all the jackholes made names that were like 7 miles long so that Brad would have to read them?
Yeah.
I think that this girl did that on purpose. And
how do you know it's a girl?
Because I can see the picture.
Oh.
Well,
I don't know.
It's true. I don't know how they identify. We might have to ask.
I hate Twitter.
Big Farmer Steve made a new hashtag.
Yeah.
Hashtag find Sean.
Hashtag find Sean. Yes.
That's
just
good.
heard over a police scanner that there is a suspicious male who broke into a church and is pounding the pulpit and beating the bishop. Could this be him?
Fluting Pope. I think it could be.
Man.
What is he beating the bishop with? Is it a flute?
I think so. I think he left that to our imagination, but I think, yeah.
Beating the bishop. Wow.
Yeah, he's beating a bishop and then he flutes a pope. So
have you ever
I
heard
don't know what he's got against the Catholic Church. I know for sure he's not Catholic, but he's really sticking it to them.
Oh.
I don't know. It could be that or maybe a chess game. I don't know.
Peyton, have you ever heard the fluting the Pope?
No, I have not.
What can be done about fluting pope? Floating poop.
A fluting pope. Yeah, that was a fun show. We were talking about floating poop, and he said fluting pope. So
Yeah. Because 2020.
2020, yes. Well,
and he kept trying to say coworker, and he said co-licker. That was like a Freudian slip.
that's funny.
But now we have a co-licker. No, not a co-licker.
Not a yeah.
Yeah, there's no double negative there, so they're not a co-licker.
not a co-licker.
I could just read a double negative into it and make her a co-licker.
Would she appreciate that?
Well, she might. Not an off-track co-licker jackhole.
Oh my God, is this show still on?
Oh God.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is. But we're coming close to the end here. I think we should tell people about how they can prepare with Mojo 50. Preparewithmojo50.com. You can pick up food and stuff because the world's gone flipping nuts Chaz, go buy food before Chaz happens to you in your neighborhood. Preparewithmojo50.com, partnered with My Patriot Supply. You can pick up 2 and 4 week supplies if there are any. I mean, they might be gone again right now.
The last time I tried to buy a 2-week supply, they were gone. But you're right, Chris. They offer more than food. They have those water filtration systems.
Oh, those straws are amazing.
Yes.
Survival gear.
Right, you can drink out of a mud puddle.
Not that I don't anyway, but what the hell?
Thank God. Oh, thank God.
Well, here comes the music, and we're out of here. Hopefully, we'll find Sean before next week. I really hope that he's safe. I understand that not an off-track co-licker jackhole is on her way to go save him and bail him out. So we'll have him back shortly. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace.